It's your boy, Gamers Goon, back at you guys today with the Smackdown Live review for the June 6th episode of Smackdown Live. So, this is a little late here. I mean, it's 2 hours past Smackdown, like exactly 2 hours. It's 11 when I'm recording this here tonight. But anyways, I'm sorry for being late. I was busy for a little bit today, so I had to watch Smackdown after taping it. So I stayed away from the spoilers. So the show started off with Shane O'Mac coming out to greet the women that were standing in the ring that were all contestants for the Money in the Bank women's ladder match. He introduces us to each one, going from his left to his right, which was our right to left, introducing Tamina, the second generation superstar. The best there ever was and the best there ever will be, Natalya. The Princess of Staten Island, Carmella. Straightforward Becky Lynch. And Charlotte. So, Shane O'Mac says that they were going to reveal the briefcase that these women were fighting about. So, then it would take James Ellsworth here after Shane O'Mac was trying to explain what the Money in the Bank's all about, how it takes a toll on your body, whether that be your mind or your actual physical well-being. So Ellsworth tells Shane that everybody knows what happens in Money in the Bank, duh, and that they don't have to worry. And then he tells them that he'll let her do the talking, referring to Carmella. She said she will win. Then Charlotte would say she's the queen and has something to say. That the four women would just be brushing up upon her legacy. And the Money in the Bank win will go towards her legacy. Then Natalya will cut her off, saying the same promo she always does. The only thing she knows how to say is, I'm the best there ever was and the best there ever will be. And then Becky says, you ripped off Brett. And that she will rip off the arms of all of her opponents. Then Tamina would come in and say she will take it and shut us all up. Then the women's champion Naomi comes out here, does her whole entrance. She doesn't just come out and talk on the mic. And then she would enter the ring with the women, and she said she wishes she can be part of history here because it's about to be lit. She says whoever wins will end up facing her, and she will be ready. Then we get to see the debut of Lana, who interrupts Naomi. And Lana would come on out, and Shane would say it's not the right time. She said she promises what works for Lana will work for Shane, saying that Naomi can't compete, but she can. The other women were laughing at her. She would pick on Naomi here, saying, why are you laughing? And she's like, you haven't even fought a match here. Who do you beat? And then she was like, wait, let me wait a minute for you to respond. Do 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 do. And then Lana was like, well, I can surely beat you. And then Shane O'Mac has Lana go to the back after not allowing her in the Money in the Bank women's ladder match because she has not earned the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then we have a rematch from Backlash here between Naomi, Lynch, and Charlotte versus the Welcoming Committee here. There's a funny moment at the beginning where Becky Lynch was rolling around with Mella after having the legs wrapped around Carmella. Carmella was throwing a fit about it too. And then a little bit later, Becky would roll up Carmella, kick out, and then she'd hit the hot tag into Naomi, where Naomi would light up at Tamina for a little bit. And then when they had Naomi down, Tamina and Natalya would team up to take out Charlotte. And then Lana would come on out, and she would take out Naomi when the ref had his back turned. And that led to Tamina hitting a kick onto Naomi and falling for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3, the Welcoming Committee won. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way real quick. The Money in the Bank women's ladder match here, there's 2 people I want to win, and then there's 2 people I think are going to win. And that's pretty simple. Sorry for that, by the way. The two people that I want to win are Becky and Charlotte, but the two people that I think are going to win is Charlotte and Natalya. They've been building up Natalya a little bit lately. Don't know why, but they have. Then we got to see Shane O'Mac in the back. He was on the phone, and then he comes around the corner. He sees the Andre the Giant trophy with Mojo Rawley. And Mojo Rawley is saying he wants the door that he thought the trophy would lead him to open. He thought it would open doors for him, but he's been sitting the bench. He wants to be in Money in the Bank. And he says he's the only one to beat the champion, Jinder Mahal. And then Shane O'Mac was like, yeah, I know. Dillinger and Harper also want to get through their door. He says, but if you beat Jinder Mahal here tonight, you can enter. And Mojo gets all hyped about that. Then we had AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler. You knew this match was going to happen. You knew AJ was going to win. He has to get his win back to go even into Money in the Bank here. It's a pretty technical match at the beginning. We all know they had to put up AJ after last week's botch of a screw-over finish of AJ. Dolph Ziggler here would try to get a couple cheap pins by holding onto the ropes. Eventually, Styles would counter one of them into a Styles clash to even up the score. And I imagine they're not going to fight again next week just so they both stay even. So that's my opinion on that. Then we have the Fashion Files with Breezango and the New Day. Dango said it wasn't the cologne's cologne. And then they repeatedly kept saying the cologne, saying that they must be close for not knowing who it was. Then the New Day would enter on in to the Fashion Files and asked for help on a case, saying they will take the case. Breezango said they would take the case here. And then the New Day here grabbed some shirts out of Big E's outfit here and offered him as a gift towards Breezango. And Breeze accepted it. He put it on, but Dango threw it to the ground, saying he likes dirty dancers, but they don't take bribes and sell out. And then Breeze comes back in wearing it. And then they were to take the case here. Kofi said he wanted intel on the Usos. They gave them 3 boxes. One of them had the New Day-ish, or not the New Day-ish, Day One-ish sweatshirt in there. So he said, do you know anything about the day, or Day One is H? So that was a little interesting here. And then the New Day would walk out, and Breezango in their minds were saying, new case rocks, new case rocks. So that was a little interesting segment there. I think that was not a great Fashion Files, but you know, it was a moment that made me laugh in a 2-hour show. Something that Raw did yesterday with some of their segments, but they're not doing so great as of late. And then we had Mojo versus Mahal here. Mojo had his chance to enter Money in the Bank. The early stages, Jinder looked very weak, and then the Stings would distract Mojo, giving Jinder the advantage for the moment. And then Mojo would get all hyped up again, and he'd get the momentum back. Mojo was about to finish here. The referee was behind Mahal, so Mahal raked the eyes of Mojo Rawley, so he did not get disqualified here, allowing Mahal to be able to pick up the win here after hitting his finisher. Then Mahal would take to the mic saying that he expects silence when he speaks. He's here to remind us that he's the champ. He says he's dismantled Mojo, and in St. Louis he's going to dismantle Orton. And all the Orton fans and even Orton are sick. And Jinder Mahal is the medicine, and we have no choice to follow the Maharaja when he wins. Then he would speak to Punjabi to his people. Then we had a backstage segment here with Randy Orton in the back being interviewed on Jinder Mahal's plans. Orton said last week he got some calls from legends such as Ric Flair, his dad, and even Harley Race, saying that actions speak louder than words. And he said in St. Louis, he's going to let Mahal do all the talking, but in St. Louis, he will be heard. Jinder Mahal will hear him in his hometown. Randy Orton, you're full of crap. You're not winning in your hometown. The only person to do it lately was Rich Swann. Don't know why he did that, though. Nobody cares. Then we have the New Day versus the Colognes here. Started with Primo and Woods. Was very technical at the beginning. Woods got it a little spiced up for a moment. Sped it up. Then Woods and E put both the Colognes here in a back stretch. And then they started spaking them to the New Day Rocks. New Day Rocks. And then the Colognes would get some control for a little bit. Woods would hit a missile drop kick, and then Big E would take out, I believe it was Epico. He would hit a splash on Epico, and he would call for the end. But then Primo would come on in. He'd throw Primo over. He would take Woods and throw him onto Primo, and then Epico tried to roll up Big E here, leading to Woods getting tagged in for their team finisher here, and the New Day would win. It made New Day look a little bit weak, letting the Colognes stay in for as long as they did. And then the Usos would come on out to say, wow, 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 we're really impressed, saying that the New Day was old news, and telling the New Day to keep doing what they're doing because it's the Usos division, and they have it on lock. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. And then they roast each member of the New Day, saying that Kofi's dreads, and then that the Big E here, Big E refers to his bra size, and what is Xavier Woods wearing on his feet. So that was a little interesting roast session from the Usos. I thought the Usos are pretty good heels here. They seem like legit heels, people that don't need to be sitting there smiling like Roman Reigns every day. Then we had Sami Zayn here being interviewed about the Money in the Bank ladder match. He said he's been watching footage of his opponents. He talks about how he's been looking at their tendencies, but there's one guy he can't figure out, being Shinsuke Nakamura. He says Nakamura's charisma is what makes him so unpredictable. Then Corbin interrupts, saying he has a question. Then he punches Sami Zayn and then proceeds to hit him with a ladder, not allowing Zayn to be on commentary later tonight for the Nakamura match. And then Shane was on his phone talking about Corbin beating up Zayn. Naomi came in saying she wanted to fight Lana at Money in the Bank because she thought she could beat her. It was one of those segments that were like, she said she can do this, so I want this. Like a little cat fight there. And she said, tell Lana I plan to snatch her bald. After Shane McMahon approved of the match at Money in the Bank. So I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Lana, first day on the job. She is the next in line for the championship. I really hope that she doesn't win. I really hope that it's just to get her foot in the ring per se, and just to be an experience match here, to get her in one of the big matches, not a Money in the Bank ladder match where she isn't ready. She's barely been taking bumps as far as we know, so we don't know on that, but I hope it is just a match that will not put her over too much. But I'd also like to point out, Lana was more over with the fans than Roman Reigns will ever be. Just pointing that out. Alright, then we had KO versus Nakamura. They're pushing the line here with Nakamura. He's on every show, so there might be overexposing him a little bit. I think they should have went with Corbin and KO here, because Nakamura and KO seems like it could be a good SummerSlam or Royal Rumble or even WrestleMania draw here. It's a decent little match. You could tell they had some good chemistry. You knew they weren't going to book Nakamura to lose here, because that would make him not be that special guy that we're all expecting him to be, which is also why I'm baffled why he's in Money in the Bank. But I do assume he's going to lose Money in the Bank at the moment, because my forefront runner here is Baron Corbin and then Sami Zayn. So I don't know about that. And I really hate how this does this. So anyways, we had this little match here. The momentum was back and forth a little bit. So there was this moment here where KO would gain the momentum. He'd hit a pop-up. He would try to hit a pop-up powerbomb. Nakamura would stop him. He would hit him with a kick to the head, allowing Nakamura to hit the Kinshasa to win here. And then when you thought the show was over, Baron Corbin came in, hit the end of days on Shinsuke Nakamura. So unfortunately, I do think this means Nakamura will have a match next week against Baron Corbin. Something I don't want to see. Something that you know Nakamura is going to win, meaning Nakamura will not be Money in the Bank holder. So I think they're really pushing their lines here with Nakamura. They should back off the Nakamura exposure for now. Let him remain hyped for a little bit. Let him be that guy that everybody wants to see, and just hold off until a bigger pay-per-view, or at least a bigger match draw, like a John Cena Nakamura, or at least something I would like to see, an AJ Styles Nakamura. That'd be a pretty good match. I even think KO Nakamura would have been good, but they've already wasted that opportunity here on Smackdown. So you don't know what they could do with Nakamura. I even would like to see a Seth Nakamura feud. I don't know if that's going to happen because they're on different brands, but I really think they should back off holding Nakamura into the title picture until at least after SummerSlam. Here, thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Gamers Glue. Make sure you click that red sub button. Make sure you ring that bell. Make sure you click that thumbs up. Make sure you leave comments down what you thought on this show. I give it probably a 6 out of 10 here. I mean, it built for Money in the Bank. It gave Naomi a competitor. It didn't really build for the women's ladder match. They've done the same thing over and over again. But you got to see a new match with Mojo and Mahal, something I liked. Mojo had an opportunity. I think Mahal should have had at least 80% of this match. And Mojo wins. Just add another name in the ladder match. Another unpredictable guy. I think a Ty Dillinger could be in the ladder match still, after seeing how easy it was for Mojo to convince. And after Shane O'Mac saying that Harper and Dillinger went in too. They just want their foot in the door. I can see it next week where you got a Dillinger and Harper match to be in the main event of Money in the Bank, basically. It's not going to be the main event because you got Jinder Mahal and Orton, but you know Money in the Bank is the main event, really. That's what you go to see. Thank you guys for watching. Money in the Bank will be interesting on June 18th. I'll give you guys my predictions later next week, and I will also give you the review of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and NXT tomorrow. So make sure you watch out for them. It's been your boy Gamers Goon. I'm out.